everybody, my name is Zen, and today we are going to be doing a deck profile of a deck that I created by myself that I like to call Latios and Friends. So we're going to get right into it. Now the first and the core staple of the deck will be 4 Latios EX from the new set Royal Skies, 170 HP Dragon type. Now the one attack here we're going to focus on is Fast Raid. For 1 psychic it does 40 damage, and if you go first you can use it on your first turn, so it breaks the rule if you go first you can't attack. Now 40 for 1 energy isn't really bad, it's actually kind of good, but how do you make a deck around it, you may ask? Well, I'm going to show you that very shortly. Just gonna set that down. Another important staple will be 3 Swablu. And the real staple behind the Swablu will be the Altaria from Dragons Exalted. Now it's an illegal set, but this was reprinted as a secret rare in Boundaries Crossed, so that's what makes it so good. Now here with the ability Flight Song, it allows your dragon Pokemon to do 20 more damage, very similar to the Machop from Furious Fist, except this is a stage 1, not a stage 2, so makes it pretty easy. So here's a pretty good example here of, let's say you have 2 Altaria doing 40 more damage. That's 80 for a single psychic energy, and it's not too hard to get 3 out of the bench with enough time. So 40, 60, 80, 100 for a single psychic energy. You really cannot do much better with power and energy conservation than that. Alright, next up we're going to be running 2 Shaman EX from the new set. Setup, the ability is just that good. When you put the Pokemon on the bench, you could draw cards until you have 6 in your hand. Very similar to cards like Bianca and Lucario EX's Corkscrew Smash. Except this being an ability, it's just amazing. Lucario's still better. What? I didn't say nothing. Alright, and our last 2 dragon types will be Hydreigon and Latias. Both their attacks are similar. Shred and Barrier Break goes through everything, except this one's not affected by weakness or resistance, and it does 10 more damage. But for why I have them here are 2 different reasons. For Hydreigon, it's the ability Dragon Road. Whenever there's a stadium in play, your Dragon's Pokemon's retreat cost is 2 less. Now if I already have a Pokemon like Hydreigon, why would I put in Latias, you may ask? Well, first of all, if you're running out something called Latios and Friends, you gotta run Latias. And also I have it for Latias' ability, Breakdown. It prevents all effects of attacks, including damage done to that Latias EX by Pokemon with abilities. And for those of you who don't know, that's actually starting to make a comeback, especially with the popular deck for Virizion Genesect. Cannot damage, neither one of them can damage Latias at all without the G booster, which takes time to build up. And if you do go against Virizion Genesect, just set up the Latias, and with how fast this sets up, Virizion Genesect won't stand a chance. So that does it for the Pokemon lineup, and we're going to get right to the supporters next. BAM! Now I know what you guys are thinking, you totally did not see this coming. 4 copies of Professor Sycamore. I just totally blew your mind with that supporter. Discard your hand, draw 7 cards. Who would have ever thought? And I also run 3 N, just because N is awesome. And the only reason I run 7 draw supports except for 8 is because of the Shaman there. So there's really no need for as many draw supporters as normal decks will require. Also, we run 4 Wally. Wally lets you search your deck to evolve a Pokemon even if it's the first turn you played it or your first turn in general. So that's how the Altaria sets up very quickly. Wally is an excellent card. And our last 2 supporters is going to be Lysander and Teammates for obvious reasons. And I don't run Trump card in this deck because I have play tested this a lot. And I have never ever come into a situation where I've needed a Trump card. You just don't really burn through cards as fast as you would think. And now we're going to go straight into the items. 4 Hypnotoxic Laser, Poisons, Flip a Coin, Heads, Put 'em to Sleep. Pretty standard stuff. Definitely comes in handy with the damage output. Speaking of damage output, can't have anything without 4 Muscle Band. You have the Pokemon does 20 more damage to the defending Pokemon. Fun stuff. Along with 4 Ultra Ball. Most decks run 3, but I run 4 to help minimize my hand and help get out that Shaman. Also 1 Computer Search, Discard 2 cards, look for any card I want. And also 3 Trainer's Mail. Now at first I underestimated this card, but it is actually a very good card. You draw the top, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, and you can pull out any trainer you see there. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Like I said, I am guilty of underestimating Trainer's Mail, but it's actually a very, very good card. And as usual, we also got 3 VS Seeker. Get 1 support from your discard to your hand. Basic stuff. And 1 Professor's Letter, just to help get also Psychic Energies. And for stadiums, 3 Burbank City Gym. Now here's the ideal setup, which 50% of the time I have been able to get. Latios in the active, with a Muscle Band, 3 Altaria, and Laser Bank. So with the Muscle Band, that's already 60 damage. An Altaria is 20 each, so 60, 80, 100, 120. You're looking at 150 damage here with just 1 Psychic Energy. And if you think that wasn't powerful enough, you could always use the Latios or the Hydreigon to do even more damage, since they are all Dragon types. Say Dragon types are getting a huge boost with this set, something they've deserved for a long time. And last up is going to be our energy count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Psychic Energy, and 4 DDE or Double Dragon Energy. Set those there. And this is actually a very quick deck. Like, especially the fact that you can attack first turn just makes this deck blindingly fast. And honestly, not many decks have been able to compete with my Latios and Friends deck, so there's that for you. And if you like this deck profile, be sure to leave a like, comment what you think of it. Maybe you have your own creative ideas with this. I'm definitely curious to hear them. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel. This has been Ham with the Pokemon Evolutionaries. I'll see you all later.